What's up? It's Alyssa. I would like to find out today if there's any correlation between the general price that a buyer spends on an item and the rating that I receive from it in my Poshmark closet. All of the data that I'm looking at today is from my personal Poshmark closet. I have been on Poshmark since 2014, so that's about 6 years worth of data that I'm looking at, and I've sold hundreds of items. Let's see, how many sales have I had? 785 items that I've sold as of today. The items that I'm looking at today are only the ones that are rated. So any data that I give is only based on those. I didn't count anything that buyers did not give me a rating for. I would like to point out a disclaimer though. These numbers are all based on my personal closet. This is not a comment on my buyers or a comment on what kind of results you're going to see. It could vary greatly. So this is just my personal experience that I wanted to share. I like numbers, I like data, and I wanted to know if there was any sort of relationship. I could not find anywhere that this data was provided. It's not provided by Poshmark, and I have Seller Insight, the app, and it's not on there either that I can find as of right now. So I am going to hand enter all of these values and see what I come up with. All right, I entered all of my data into my spreadsheet, and I will share my scatter graph with you on the screen. I have a pretty big range in sale prices. I kind of gave stuff away when I first started selling. I have 634 items that have ratings. My average sale price of the items that have been rated is $21.70. So that's not completely my average sale price overall because I'm only looking at things that have been rated, and that does not count profit. That's just what it sold for at the Poshmark sticker price. So that doesn't take into account any discounts that I might have offered on shipping or what I paid for the items or Poshmark's 20%/$2.95 fee. So I did not make $21.70 per item. I made a whole lot less than that. All of my items that were rated 4 stars or less sold for less than $30 except for one. So anything that was rated 4 stars or less sold for less than $30 except for one $60 sale that got me 4 stars. I could take that a step further and say that anything that was rated 3 stars or less sold for $28 or less. So generally speaking, these are not high price sales except for that $60 one that got 4 stars. Overall, I had 613 items that were 5 stars. Those ranged from $4 to $200 in what they sold for on Poshmark, with an average sale price of $21.87. So slightly, a little bit higher than my average sale price. And this is where it's interesting. Anything less than 5 stars, the average of those sales was less than my average sale price overall. That's interesting to me. My 4-star items sold for $5 to $60. So I had a $5 item that I sold that got a 4-star rating, and then I had a $60 item that had a 4-star rating with a bunch of stuff in between. There were 19 4-star sales. The average sale price of those 4-star items was $19. Going down to the 3 stars, sold for $10 to $28. There were only 2 sales, so it was a $10 sale and it was a $28 sale. The average sale price of that was $19. Going down to the 2-star items, there were 3 2-star ratings. They ranged from $8 to $15, so low. Average sale price on the 2-star items was $11. And then my 1 stars. I have 2 1-star reviews. They sold for $18 to $20. Average was $19 on those. The things that I see are that generally the lower priced items do tend to be the ones that bring lower ratings. I had lots of 5-star ratings that came from $5, $6, $7 items that I was trying to clear out. So it's not the case all the time, but it appears to kind of be a general rule of thumb. All of my sales that were higher than $60 were 5 stars. And I had 13, at a rough estimate, it looks like I had 13 sales that were higher than $60 that received 5 stars. To me, a rating is not a comment on me as a person. It helps me identify what buyers are looking for, but there are also some things that I take with a grain of salt. For example, I sold a watch that had a dead battery. I listed that it had a dead battery. I sold it for like $10, and I got a less than 5-star rating because the buyer didn't know it had a dead battery. I would say that a good portion of my lower ratings are things that I had listed in the description that the buyer didn't see or didn't read or forgot. I'm not sure. I've had anywhere from this had a really strong perfumey smell to it fell apart right after I wore it. There's a certain amount of this that is completely out of my control, like falling apart after you wear it. I don't even know what to say to those. So those don't upset me. I take it into account. I don't let it ruin my day. A year ago, 2 years ago, it would have completely put me in a bitter mood. Now, I feel like if you give me a rating, then you've accepted the purchase. If there was an issue with it, then you could have opened a case. I've had cases opened. I think we probably all have had cases opened. Some of them were things that were not anything I had done. I've had people who were scamming open cases. I've had things that were my fault. It happens. I miss things. That's how it goes. But if they've accepted the item, they've released the money. I've done my due diligence. I've done what I can. I've tried my best to package it securely and ship it quickly. And I've done my best to describe the item as I see it. So if they release it and they give me a lower rating, I've got the money. They've got the item. I've done my part. So overall, does this prevent me from wanting to sell lower priced items? Not really. I'm not scared of getting a low rating by selling cheaper items. I would like to sell more expensive items because the profit is bigger. So no, this doesn't scare me. It doesn't bother me or anything. It's just a new perspective and it helps me see things a little bit differently. So if you found this video helpful, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Shoot me a comment if you've done a similar data gathering in your closet. And what did you find? Did you find similar things? I want to know, because this is just my closet. I'm just one person. Also, if you want to subscribe, go for it. If you don't, that's cool, whatever. I just do this to entertain myself. I hope you have a wonderful day. I am so thankful that you joined me here today. I wish you all of the best. Happy vibes coming your way. Lots of sales, much abundance. Have a good one.